Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. I welcome you all to today's session of the daily quiz. Before we take a deep dive into important topics for today, also reminding you, if you want to have a one-on-one counseling session with our experts who will be able to solve all your preparation related queries, all that you need to do is fill up the Google form that you will find in the description of the video. Give us all the details and our experts will get in touch with you as soon as possible. Let's begin with the first question that is on your screen. Consider the following statements. Number 1. iOncology AI aims to sequence the genome of 3,000 cancer patients who are currently seeking treatment at AIIMS. Second, through genomic sequencing, they decipher our genetic makeup and spot alterations in our genes. Third, globally, there is an increasing interest in the use of AI for cancer treatments. How many of these statements are correct? Now, today there is a detailed article in the Indian Express newspaper about AIIMS in Delhi introducing the use of AI especially to treat its cancer patients. So basically what they are doing is they have collaborated with this AI platform, iOncology AI, that will be trying to have a genome sequencing done of most of the cancer patients to identify whether there is something in the genes of these patients which is different as compared to others, so that they can predict if people belonging to similar genes have a danger of getting cancer in the future, and that will help them treat them in a much better manner. All these statements are true. India is not the first country to use AI for cancer treatment. Globally, there are other countries also trying to explore the possibility of doing the same. The answer thus here is C. All the three here are absolutely correct. As you can see here, AI, supercomputer, all of these are coming together to help AIIMS in the treatment of cancer patients. It is the CDAC Pune supercomputer that has been able to come up with this AI platform. They have their powerful server called Charak 1 that has played a key role in development of iOncology AI. Next is question number 2. Which of the following is the largest rubber producing state of India? Tripura, Kerala, Assam or Karnataka? Now please understand, natural rubber producing state. The correct answer here is Kerala. Kerala is the largest producer of natural rubber in the country. There's an article today that talks about the government of India increasing fund for development of rubber sector in the coming 2 years. The government has increased allocation for sustainable development of natural rubber by 23%. The government of India does not want to be dependent on other countries for import, as we have been doing in the past on countries such as Vietnam, Malaysia, other Southeast Asian countries. Kerala is the one that mainly contributes to rubber production in India. The government of India, by increasing the funds, is also trying to get more into research and help the farmers take out more cultivation. It has also seen that areas such as Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, northeastern states, they have also increased rubber cultivation the past few years. The Rubber Board of India has been trying to get more and more area under rubber cultivation. These are the top 10 states and UTs that produce natural rubber in India. Kerala at the top, Tripura, Karnataka, Assam, the 4 options, and then Tamil Nadu, Meghalaya, Nagaland. As you can see, it's widespread, especially in the northeast part of the country and in the southern part of the country. So these are the 2 major reasons. Next, question number 3. Odysseus, recently seen in the news, can be best identified as SpaceX moon lander, NASA's upcoming mission to Saturn, SpaceX second generation satellite internet mission, or European Space Agency's upcoming solar exploration mission. Correct answer here is A. It is in the news because the SpaceX has a lot of expectations from its new moon lander, that is Odysseus. The Odysseus spacecraft, as you can see here, is named after the hero of Homer's epic called Odyssey. This is the photo of the spacecraft that you see here. It will be on the 22nd of February, so just a couple of days from now, that it will become the first American spacecraft to set down on the moon's surface after 1972 Apollo 17 landing. This is also the first time that a private company is attempting to reach the surface of the moon. Apart from that, 3 earlier attempts have been made by an American company, an Israeli company and a Japanese company also in the past. If it does happen, it will be a big achievement for the nations around the world, and it will be a big boost especially for the private space sector around the entire world. Next, question number 4. Consider the following statements with regards to La Nina. Number 1. Monsoon rainfall over India is known to be strongly influenced by El Nino but not by La Nina. Second, the western and the southern parts of the country have always had relatively lower levels of pollution because of their proximity to the oceans. Third, winter of 2022 showed a significant deviation from the normal. That is, North Indian cities such as Delhi were cleaner than usual, while cities in the west and south, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, experienced worse than usual air quality. How many of these are correct? The first statement itself is wrong. Indian monsoon is greatly influenced by both El Nino and by La Nina as well. Second is also true. Although there are major factors or multiple factors are responsible for this, but one of the major factors that South India or states in South India have lower level of air pollution is because of their proximity to the sea. It is a part of India's long coastline. Third is also true. 2022 winter was seen as an exception. That is where the role of La Nina is now being taken under consideration by the researchers. It was a year where North India had lesser than usual pollution and South India had more than usual pollution. The answer here is B, thus two are correct. Second and third. First statement here is wrong. There's a detailed article about how a new study is trying to decipher the impact that La Nina has on our air quality. So far, we have only had study of El Nino and La Nina and their impact on India's monsoon. Now we are going a step further and taking into consideration the air quality and the impact that it has because of these good and bad climatic conditions. Next is the previous year question from 2014. Which of the following are discretionary powers given to the governor of a state? First, sending a report to the President of India for imposing the President's rule. Second, appointing the ministers. Third, reserving some bills passed by the state legislature for consideration of the President. And fourth, making rules for conduct of business of the state government. Now, this is not a very difficult question to answer. You can imagine yourself, the governor would obviously not be able to appoint the ministers on his own discretion. Because if that happens, then what will the chief minister do? It is the chief minister who will tell the governor who does he want as a minister. Similarly, making rules for the conduct of business of state government is again something that the governor cannot do on his or her own. It is the state government, the chief minister and the council of ministers of the state that will advise to the governor on this issue. First and third are correct. These are the two things which the governor can do on his own. Sending a report to the president for imposing president's rule, something the chief minister will never do, and reserving some bills for the president of India, again something the chief minister will never do. The answer thus is B. Next we have a fact of the day, and today I want to discuss what the center government has proposed to the farmers, which apparently they have not accepted. As you know, farmers are right now trying to enter Delhi. They are trying to have a strong agitation against the center government. Their demand mainly is to give a legal guarantee of the MSP. As you know, the MSP or the minimum support price is not supported by any law in India, although the government has been firm on its commitment of giving the MSP. The farmers want the MSP to be converted into a law, and they want the C2 formula to be used, and they have to be given 50% above the C2. Now, C2, as you know, includes multiple costs that the farmers have, including their cost of input, their cost of labor. But the point of contention is it also includes a component of land payment. For example, the farmers say if we would have rented our land to someone, the rent that we would have earned, we want that also to be included in the input cost. The government, rather than accepting that, has had multiple rounds of talks with the farmers. In the latest round, they wanted the farmers to diversify their crop. They wanted the farmer to grow pulses, cotton, and the government was ready to say that, okay, we will give you MSP for these as well. The center announces MSP for 22 crops, but the procurement is limited to a few crops only. Now, if you look at the cotton, as per the official data, Punjab has seen a rising cotton cultivation the last 3 years. Overall figure, however, are still low. The government of India wants the farmers to move away from grains such as rice and wheat and move more towards other crops that are cash crops that can be sold very, very easily and usually something that we have to import. For pulses also, the CACP, that is the body that recommends MSP for various crops, has raised questions about procurement of pulses by NAFED. Now, the government says that we will be much more careful and we will be open to procuring much more pulses and cotton. In short, the government wants the farmers to move more towards crop diversification rather than forcing the government to buy wheat and rice at a much higher price. Over 80% of geographical area of Punjab right now is under cultivation, and most of it is under rice and wheat. That is something that the government worries about, because again, this also leads to a lot of groundwater being used, especially for rice. A lot of groundwater is used in paddy. For example, 2500 liters of water is used to produce us 1 kg of rice. A lot of that rice is also exported by India. So indirectly, we are exporting water, our most precious resource. But all these proposals have come down to nothing since the farmers don't seem to agree for it, at least for now. This brings us to the end of today's discussion. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day ahead. Bye bye. Jai Hind.